During my mentorship course, I get an opportunity to speak to people who want to start with SAP BTP, and many times I feel as if they find it very difficult to understand SAP BTP. When I try to understand why they're finding it difficult to understand, there are many times people have repeated this that it's very vast. There are so many services, where to focus, where to start actually. There are many answers that come in as there are different terms like Neo, Cloud Foundry, Multi Cloud, ABAP Cloud, Kima. There's so many terms. And when they refer to blogs or when they refer to any online resources, sometimes they get confused because the brandings used may not be relevant now, but it may have been relevant when it was written because it's changing continuously. There are many times when people discuss their backgrounds. Say, for example, a traditional ABAP developer tries to understand where they should actually go to. So many of them say that they want to go into ABAP Cloud, although there is a little bit of difference. The way they used to develop things on SAP GUI, probably they will be doing it in Eclipse, ADD Tools, or any other IDE. So all these things are like different variables. Even the app developers who are used to, let's say, New World Web IDE, they also try and shy away from basically the BAS, Business Application Studio. So because they are used to building applications in the Neo environment, and when it comes to Cloud Foundry, there are different file structures. The project structure changes. There are new files that have been introduced. So there is a confusion, and it's not just in the technical community only, but even managers, say project managers, find it difficult to understand what are the different steps to run a project which involves SAP BTP. There are people who try to understand the license or the different services and their service plans, so the commercial aspect of things. So, if you find any of these things which resonates with you, if you find yourself in the same dilemma, probably you are at the right place. Reason being, this particular series will focus on all these small things which make a big impact. So, I am trying to simplify SAP BTP for you in this series, which is called SAP BTP Simplified. And we are going to start it with a history. We're going back in time to understand how this platform has kind of evolved over time. Hi everyone, this is Modish Tech. You're watching SAP Business Technology Platform Simplified, and I am Vikash. Today in this video, we are going back in time to understand how SAP BTP got evolved over the time and what were the different components when it got released. So we will discuss all of these in the coming slides. But before starting, just a request, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. So that's the path we are going to follow today. And with each milestone year and different components, we will see how SAP BTP evolved over time. Going back in time, I think the first key milestone was the launch of HANA. This is 2010 when SAP introduced the in memory computing database called SAP HANA. At the time when HANA was launched, or at least it was announced that SAP is coming with the in memory processing database, it was looked at as a complete fantasy because at that time, all the enterprise grade applications were using the relational databases, RDBMS, we say. But the announcement of HANA was a very big step, I would say, because it was kind of a disruption in the market. Look at HANA now. If people were thinking that it's a complete fantasy, it is now capable of doing many different things. So just one database, and you can do relational databases. You can process actually geospatial data. You can process graph, JSON, and now recently introduced Vector HANA engine, which can be backbone of any intelligent applications nowadays. So it is so powerful. Even HANA has its own evolution journey, but today, in its latest form, it's called SAP HANA Cloud. The next milestone year, I would say, would be 2012. SAP entered into the cloud computing world with SAP NetWeaver Cloud in 2012. The project code name for this was Neo. That's where you hear Neo. In this particular version, SAP said that all the data centers will be maintained by SAP. But 1 year later, SAP, as it's famous for, changed the branding. SAP NetWeaver Cloud was called SAP HANA Cloud Platform, and many of us know about it. So, this is where people started knowing that SAP has entered into the world of cloud computing. But 2013 is famous for other events too. For example, SAP started its investment in Cloud Foundry environment, and that was added actually to SAP Cloud Platform. Sorry, SAP HANA Cloud Platform at that time. And at same year, SAP also introduced the UX strategy. So let's talk about the rebrand. It was not just a rebrand and just a name change from SAP NetWeaver Cloud to SAP HANA Cloud Platform. Rather, SAP HANA and the NetWeaver stack of SAP, which had Java stack as well as the ABAP stack, if you remember, and if you have worked on it, these two came together on the cloud platform. This is the time when people started using HANA native development on the cloud platform, and you used to write XSJS codes. So this is where it all started, HANA development in the Neo environment. And application development, extension, and integration was already part of it. So SAP was already one of the founding members of Cloud Foundry Foundation, and hence SAP started investment into it, and we got a new environment in SAP HANA Cloud Platform called the Cloud Foundry environment. Cloud Foundry environment was a little bit different from people used to see in the new environment, which only supported Java and the SAP UI5 HTML5 applications. Cloud Foundry environment came in and it gave an option to develop and deploy the polyglot applications using different runtimes and different libraries, different programming languages. Same year, SAP released their UX strategy. So it was based on different research they did, basically on different types of business contents or business packages customers were using. They categorized it into three different pillars. The first one was new, then renew, and the third one was enablement. What it means is new was focused on delivering new Fiori applications. Renew was based on different business packages people or customers were using. They will be changed to the Fiori applications. And enablement was where SAP said that we will enable customers so that they can also be part of this transformative journey and they can work on the user experience themselves. And SAP Screen Personas, which we know as Slipstream also, although there is a technical difference, that was part of that enablement package. Now, during this time, only Fiori guidelines were released and implementation technology, which is SAP UI5, came into existence. Then came year 2017. and there was another rebrand. The term HANA was dropped from SAP HANA Cloud Platform, which means the new brand is SAP Cloud Platform, SCP as we know. People do have their different versions of the story where they say why HANA was dropped. But what I know, and this is my perspective only, is HANA was dropped because there was a confusion around what should be integrated to the cloud platform. So there were customers who believed that since this is SAP HANA Cloud Platform, only HANA database can be integrated. However, that was wrong. And people said that the name of this particular brand is a little bit misleading because HANA in the brand means, or at least it misleads to something which is related to HANA. So SAP decided to drop HANA. This is not official, this is my version of the story. However, there are different people who have different stories. 1 year later, in 2018, came ABAP runtime. So ABAP environment was added on SAP Cloud Platform. So ABAP environment lets you code in the cloud, but in ABAP. And it's a little bit different from traditional ABAP. I'm not going too much into the technical details of it because this is just showing how SAP BTP was evolved over time. And at the same time, RAP, we know, RESTful ABAP programming language, was released for all the ABAP coders in the cloud. And then in 2020 came the Kima runtime environment. Kima name comes from the open source project called Kima, and it is basically the fully managed application containers, the Kubernetes containers containing your application runtime. And then in 2021, we got our SAP Business Technology Platform brand from SAP Cloud Platform, where SAP Cloud Platform is still the core of SAP BTP, but it's not just SAP Cloud Platform. It is just one part of it, but there are many other things that have been added. So as of now, there are about 90 plus services on SAP BTP, and it's different. The numbers are different based on different consumption models, but it's more or less the same because the services have been clubbed in different categories. But it's ever growing, and there are different services that are being added, removed from SAP BTP continuously. It's just the evolution of different components of SAP BTP. Currently, there are 5 different pillars of SAP BTP called application development, automation, integration, data analytics, and lastly, the AI. Hope this video gives you a better understanding of SAP BTP and how it evolved over time, and what were the different components that got introduced different years. Hopefully, now when you read about SAP BTP and when you read about the blogs which may have outdated brands or the brandings, you will be able to figure out what is right and what is not. It may not be relevant now, but it was relevant at that time when it was written. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Hope this was helpful, and if it is so, please share it within your network. If you have any specific needs, any training needs, or if you find anything which is difficult to understand and you want me to make a video, you can contact me on LinkedIn. Even Monish Tech is also on LinkedIn. Please do follow that. And if you want to discuss something with me regarding SAP BTP, you can get a free code on my TopMate page. The link is in the description. Thank you and see you in the next video.